Okay, let's say, hypothetically, every NBA player died. Who would play basketball? We would have no time to mourn because Adam Silver and the other rich white people around the league need their money. So they have to figure something out. Here's how every NBA team would fill their lineup in this situation. Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks could just sign rappers. The Migos are already in Madden, so they probably know how to play basketball too. Throwing 2 Chainz and 21 Savage, you got a dynasty right there. Boston Celtics. The Celtics would just call up the clan. I think their starting lineup could be pretty good if they had the Grand Wizard running the point. This lineup would probably also be more liked by Boston fans than the current Celtics lineup because of their intangibles. The Nets. Nets games are just replaced with a loop of that bench stance they did in 2019. Hornets. They would just call up UNC to replace their team. They've been outplaying them for years, so this would actually be an upgrade. Chicago Bulls. The Bulls could just re-sign Dennis, Scotty, and Mike and go for a third three-peat. Call up Phil, and you got a team right there. Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland. I think this is their best opportunity to just stop playing basketball completely. They could just not show up to any games, and nobody would notice because people don't watch Cavs games. The Mavs. They just find some white people somewhere. I'm surprised the Mavs aren't considered America's team considering they only like white people. Like, this is reaching Boston levels of uncomfortable. Denver Nuggets. They could just move their stadium up to the mountains and it's a wrap for the rest of the league. I mean, they don't even have to add any players because other teams wouldn't notice because they wouldn't climb the fucking Rocky Mountains to go play basketball. Detroit Pistons.
To be selected. But I wasn't.
They could just sign Matt Stafford. That would be kind of funny if he just carries 2 Detroit teams and they constantly lose. The Warriors. Bandwagon fans. Their roster's going to crack like the high millions. I think they got it like, if they can put like 100 people on the floor at a time, I think they got a good chance of winning a title. The Houston Rockets. If Adam Silver signs a peace treaty with China, the Rockets could create the best big man duo in the league with Zhu Qi and Yao Ming. And if they do that, their Game 1 halftime show, they can sacrifice Daryl Morey for going against the CCP. Yeah, the Pacers just signed Bubba Wallace, and then the NBA has to subsequently ban the Confederate flag from all future games. The Los Angeles Clippers. Yeah, the Clippers aren't allowed to put anyone on the floor, and Adam Silver makes them lose 1 million to 0 every single game. The LA Lakers. Yeah, nobody on the Lakers actually died. In fact, clones of Shaq, Kobe, Magic, Wilt West, and Kwame Brown are now on the team. The Memphis Grizzlies. They can actually just re-sign Marking Pau Gasol and force them to waste away for another decade so they can lose in the first round. Miami Heat. DJ Khaled could just play the 1 through 5 and he would have the best half-court defense in the league because DJ Khaled takes up half of the court. The Bucks. Milwaukee PD could just make it up to Sterling Brown by taking charges from Zhu Qi and Zhao. The Minnesota Timberwolves. They use the first pick to draft LaMelo, and then they pick up LiAngelo and LeVar off of free agencies. The T-Wolves would lead in jersey sales, and LeVar versus MJ is a primetime matchup for history. The Pelicans. Zion is actually protected from Adam Silver's assassination attempt because of all the extra layers, but he still doesn't play because he's always injured. So Drew Brees decides to disappoint New Orleans fans twice by folding for the Pelicans as well. The Knicks. Stephen A. Smith gets the max, and James Dolan is hailed for his genius, and the Knicks are never disrespected by fans again. OKC Thunder. The Thunder just cash in their future draft picks early and have a lineup of 7th and 8th graders. Orlando Magic. The new Mickey Mouse Clubhouse super team, hot dog post-game celebration. The Sixers. Just play the team doctors. Let them pay for their crimes against humanity by getting clapped on the court. The Suns. Nothing they can do will replicate the bubble Suns. The Suns can just leave while they're ahead. Portland. Dame actually can't die. He has to play for the Trailblazers until they win. Dame becomes the next Atlas and is forced to hold up Portland for eternity. The Sacramento Kings. The 2002 Kings roster. They average 0 free throws against the Lakers in the playoffs and get swept. San Antonio. The big old San Antonio women. Charles Barkley is now an announcer for SA.
We really don't need to do this again.
I'm just telling you, but they got some biggest down there, Ernie. I'm telling you.
Are you happy now?
Toronto. Drake's dream finally comes true and he joins the team. Drake is backed up by all the minors he DMs. Millie Bobby Brown and Drake dynamic duo. The Utah Jazz. Mormons, team captains Joseph Smith and American Jesus. And finally, the Wizards. John Wall is already dead, so it cancels out because of the inverse property. And 2010 Dougie John Wall is back, and he wants revenge. The mysterious death of every NBA player was determined COVID, and Adam Silver is absolved of all charges. And now the Lakers continue to win every championship until basketball is destroyed and slam ball rises as the new alternative.